There are a lot of tools out there that make cropping images one by one easy. But if you have a large number of images to crop, it could get tedious. So instead, crop your images programmatically in your PHP app with Cloudinary, and rest assured that the important parts of the image will always remain in focus. Let's take a look at this image and see what we can do with it. You should have this sample image in your product environment too. Find it by its public ID, CLD sample. Let's copy the URL and open the image in a new browser window. First off, notice the size of this image. It's pretty big. We can optimize it and save bandwidth by resizing it instead of loading the full-size version. Since this tutorial assumes you've already installed and configured Cloudinary for PHP, let's jump into the code. First, import the resize library with use Cloudinary transformation resize. Next, reference the CLD configuration to work with the image. Then apply a resize scale transformation and set the width to 600 pixels. Finally, store the result in a variable and print the URL so you can open it in your browser. Let's run the code and open the image. Here's how it looks in a smaller version. But what if you need to fit the image in a bounding box with a specific size aspect ratio? To do that, resizing might not be enough and you'll actually need to crop. Let's try specifying a width and a height and changing the parameter from scale to crop. Let's see what happens when we run the code and open the cropped image in the browser. Performing blind crops can actually cut out important parts of the image and actually destroy it. Let's see if we can use AI to fix that. After importing the gravity library with use Cloudinary transformation gravity, we're going to change resize equals crop to resize equals auto and add the gravity parameter with gravity equals auto. G-auto uses deep learning and saliency algorithms to identify and retain the most important object when cropping an image. Let's run the code and open the image to see if it worked. Yep, the resize equals auto and gravity equals auto parameters free you up to crop programmatically with confidence, knowing that your images look right. If you know you want to crop the image around a face, such as creating portrait thumbnails, you can use gravity equals face to specify the focus. Let's see what that looks like. Let's change gravity equals auto to gravity equals face and run the code. Now I get an image that nicely focuses around the face. Being able to crop programmatically really saves time when you've got a lot of images to crop. The last thing I want to show you is how to batch crop multiple images at once. Let's add an array containing the public IDs of images in my product environment. You can substitute these for public IDs that exist in your product environment. Let's loop through the array, specifying each item as public ID in the array public IDs. For each image, we'll generate a delivery URL for its cropped version. Let's change gravity equals face back to gravity equals auto because some of these images might not have faces. Now let's open one of the images from the output of this code. Here we have a version that's cropped into a square and focuses around the bag. We can compare this to the original version by removing the transformations that our code added into the URL. And there you have a real good comparison. Next up, learn how to smart crop your images with content-aware AI.